Hi everyone, my name is Miss Tina and I'm at the Palos Heights Public Library for our kindergarten ready story time. And today's story time is going to be all about transportation. And we're going to be reading stories about cars, we're going to be singing songs about rocket ships. So this is a very jam-packed, fun story time and we're going to get right to it. And to start off our story time, we are going to do a story time song. And for this session, our storytime song is going to go like this. I'm going to sing it, and then I'm going to ask you to join in with me, okay? We rock back and forth when we sing, okay? The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. We'll read big books and small books and short books and tall books. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Okay, let's get right to it. And we are going to read our first story. And our first story is called Rosie, Revere, Engineer. And it is by Andrea Beatty and illustrated by David Roberts. This is the story of Rosie Revere, who dreamed of becoming a great engineer. In Lila Greer's classroom at Blue River Creek, young Rosie sat shyly, not daring to speak. But when no one saw her, she peeked in the trash for treasures to add to her engineer's stash. And late at night, Rosie rolled up her sleeves and built in her hideaway under the eaves. Alone in her attic, the moon high above, dear Rosie made gadgets and gizmos she loved. And when she grew sleepy, she hid her machines far under the bed where they'd never be seen. When Rosie was young, she had not been so shy. She worked with her hair swooping over one eye and made fine inventions for uncles and aunts, a hot dog dispenser and helium pants. The uncle she loved most was zookeeper Fred. She made him a hat to keep snakes off his head. From parts of a fan and some cheddar cheese spray, which everyone knows keeps the pythons away. And when it was finished, young Rosie was proud. But Fred slapped his knee and he chuckled out loud. He laughed till he wheezed and his eyes filled with tears, all to the horror of Rosie Revere, who stood there embarrassed, perplexed, and dismayed. She looked at the cheese hat and then looked away. "I love it," Fred hooted. "Oh, truly I do." But Rosie Revere knew that could not be true. She stuck the cheese hat on the back of her shelf, and after that day, kept her dreams to herself. And that's how it went until one autumn day, her oldest relation showed up for a stay. Her great-great-aunt Rose was a true dynamo who'd worked building airplanes a long time ago. She told Rosie tales of the things she had done and goals she had checked off her list one by one. She gave a sad smile as she looked to the sky. "The only thrill left on my list is to fly. But time never lingers as long as it seems. I'll chalk that one up to an old lady's dreams." That night, as Rosie lay wide-eyed in bed, a daring idea crept into her head. Could she build a gizmo to help her aunt fly? She looked at the cheese hat and said, "No, not I." But questions are tricky, and some hold on tight, and this one kept Rosie awake through the night. So when dawn approached and red streaks lit the sky, young Rosie knew just how to make her aunt fly. She worked and she worked till the day was half gone, then hauled her cheese copter out onto the lawn to give her invention a test, just to see the ridiculous flop it might turn out to be. Strapped into the cockpit, she flipped on the switch. The helio cheese copter sputtered and twitched. It floated a moment and whirled round and round, then froze for a heartbeat and crashed to the ground. Then Rosie heard laughter and turned round to see the old woman laughing and slapping her knee. She laughed till she wheezed and her eyes filled with tears, all to the horror of Rosie Revere, who thought, "Oh no, never, not ever again will I try to build something to sputter or spin, or build with a lever, a switch, or a gear, and never will I be a great engineer." She turned round to leave, but then Great-Great-Aunt Rose grabbed hold of young Rosie and pulled her in close, and hugged her and kissed her and started to cry. "You did it! Hooray! It's the perfect first try. This great flop is over. It's time for the next." Young Rosie was baffled, embarrassed, perplexed. "I failed," said dear Rosie. "It's just made of trash. Did you see it? The cheese copter crashed." "Yes," said her great aunt. "It crashed, that is true. But first it did just what it needed to do. Before it crashed, Rosie, before that, it flew." Your brilliant first flop was a raging success. Come on, let's get busy and on to the next. She handed a notebook to Rosie Revere, who smiled at her aunt as it all became clear. Life might have its failures, but this was not it. The only true failure can come if you quit. They worked till the sun sneaked away to its bed. Aunt Rose tied her headscarf around Rosie's head and sent her to sleep with a smile ear to ear to dream the bold dreams of a great engineer. At Blue River Creek, all the kids in grade 2 build gizmos and gadgets and doohickeys too. With each perfect failure, they all stand and cheer, but none quite as proudly as Rosie Revere. The end. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and do our song about a rocket ship. Okay, so to do this song, you're going to take your hands and you're going to go like this with them. Okay? Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Great job. Okay, now we're on to our next story. Our next book is an Elephant and Piggy book, and it's titled Go for a Drive, and it's by Mo Willems. Piggy, I have a great idea. Let's go for a drive. That sounds fun. Drive, drive, drivey, drive, drive. Wait! If we are going on a drive, we need a plan. A plan? First, we need a map. I have a map. Get that map! You cannot go for a drive without a map. I have the map. Drive, drive, drivey, drive, drive. Map, map, mappy, map, map. Wait! It might be sunny while we drive. We need sunglasses. I have sunglasses. Get those sunglasses! Bringing sunglasses on a drive is smart planning. I have the sunglasses. Drive, drive, drivey, drive, drive. Sunglasses, sunglasses, sunny sunglasses. Wait! It might rain while we drive. We need umbrellas. I have umbrellas. Get those umbrellas. Make a plan and stick to it is what I say. I have the umbrellas. Drive, drive, drivey, drive, drive. Umbrellas, umbrellas, umbrelly, umbrellas. Wait! We have so much stuff to pack. We need bags. I have bags. Get those bags. You cannot go wrong with a good plan. Oof! I have the bags. Drive, drive, drivey, drive, drive. Bags, bags, baggy bag, bags. Wait! There will be a lot of driving on our drive. We need a car. I said we need a car. Do you have a car, Piggy? No. I am a pig. A pig with a car would be silly. Do you have a car? I do not have a car. Oh no! We have everything we need for our drive. Except a car. Our plans are ruined. What are we going to do now? We could play pirate. Who needs plans when you have a pig for a pal? Arr! The end. Okay, now we are going to do a little spy game with some different forms of transportation. And I'm going to put them up on the board, okay? So, what do we have here? Let me adjust this. Red bus, what do you see? Let's put the bus down here. I see a blue truck driving by me. Blue truck, what do you see? I see a yellow submarine floating by me. Yellow submarine, what do you see? I see a green train going past me. Green train, what do you see? I see a purple sailboat sailing past me. Purple boat, what do you see? I see an orange airplane flying by me. Orange plane, what do you see? I see a white race car zooming by me. The end. And those are all fun, colorful forms of transportation, aren't they? Okay, for our last story, we have another fun little book, and it's titled If I Built a Car, and it's by Chris Van Dusen. Jack from the back seat said to his dad, "This car is okay. This car is not bad. But it's just a car. Nothing great, nothing grand. It's nothing at all like the car I have planned." I'll work through the night to create a design, constantly analyze, tweak, and refine. I'll study jet rockets and look at old planes, contemplate buses and zeppelins and trains. To make it as smooth and as sleek as an eel, I'll borrow ideas from the Wienermobile. So sit back, relax, stay right where you are. It's time to reveal my spectacular car. You'll see that I've added a lot of neat things. Flush fender skirts and retractable wings. 3 headlights up front, 4 taillights in back. Plus 2 giant fins like our old Cadillac. My brand new design will be curvy and round, with special jet engines that don't make a sound. I'll paint it bright colors with accents of chrome and top it all off with a plexiglass dome. I'll build a safe car, just as safe as I can, 'cause safety is job number 1 in my plan. It may look like steel, from afar you can't tell, but it's actually made of a polymer gel. A space-age concoction that I just invented, so in a collision, my car won't get dented. It simply absorbs what we happen to hit, and folks will be fine in the seats where they sit. Come with me now and I'll show you inside. I've put in a couch, it's comfy and wide. Plus a fireplace, fish tank, and here's something cool. The floor can slide open and look, there's a pool. Now step right this way to the back of the car and note the red button marked Instant Snack Bar. Say you were hungry and wanted a treat? Just press it and instantly good things to eat appear in a flash, anything that you please, from hazelnut pudding to aerosol cheese. After you've eaten, you might like a nap, and Robert the robot makes napping a snap. I've built him right into the back of the chair. He's out of the way, you won't know that he's there. But when you get sleepy and rise from your seat, the chair spins around without missing a beat. Robert the robot will take the controls, and he's guaranteed not to hit the telephone poles. I see you're impressed with all that's inside. So start up the motor. Let's go for a ride. A car that smells good? Now that's something new. But if I built a car, that's just what I do. Inside the engine, I'll add a machine to capture the odor of burnt gasoline and change it to something more pleasing to noses, like blueberry muffins or freshly picked roses. Now that we're cruising, let's head to the lake. There's no need to panic or slam on the brake. My car can do something that very few can. The fenders will float like a catamaran. We're skimming the waves and we're having a ball. But wait, hold your horses, 'cause that isn't all. Boating is fine till we get the urge to dive underwater. Then just hit submerge. Robert will drive as we burble about. We can see catfish and we can see trout. We might even spy the shy stickleback gar from inside our fabulous waterproof car. Last but not least, the best feature of all comes down to a button that's shiny and small. Push it and then in the wink of an eye, the car will take off. We'll be up in the sky. We'll fly over land, we'll fly overseas, to Alaska, Nebraska, Bermuda, Belize. Or take a vacation when things start to freeze and fly us all down to the Florida Keys. My car will be cool, my car will be keen, my car will be big, fantastic machine. The toast of the town, the cream of the crop, the belle of the ball, and the tip of the top. My car will be famous from here to Peru. If I built a car, that's just what I do. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this story time all about transportation. And I'll see you next time. Before we go, we're going to sing the same song that we sang in the beginning. We're going to sway back and forth like this. And go, the more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. We'll read big books and small books and short books and tall books. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Thank you, friends. I'll see you next time.